Oh là là, quelle remise. Et derrière, que dire du topspin du revers. Ça, c'est vraiment des coups de génie, hein. Avec beaucoup de relâchement.
Okay, this is one of my favorite videos. Today we're going to be working on 4 versions of the advanced short game. The first one we're going to talk about is my favorite. The second one is the forehand slider push. The third one is the backhand strawberry. And then the fourth one is actually really interesting. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So starting off with my favorite one first is actually the short side spin push. A lot of times players don't want to serve to my backhand or middle because of my stronger backhand flip. So I get a lot of serves short to my forehand. What can I do on that one? I can use short or long push. I can use flip. I can come over and play a backhand. There's a lot of different things I could do, but one of my favorite moves is a short side spin push. So all you do is come inside the table, go right to the bounce, and just simply push to the side. When you push short, what is the common response for the opponent? A lot of times they push back, and with the side spin push, the ball will go up into the side. So it's really a difficult one for them to push. Okay, so all you're doing is coming here to the bounce and going to the side. You can also do the backspin variation of this, where you're coming here and then slightly under. So you're going to get some backspin. And then you can do the topspin variation as well. You just come in here and then go up slightly, and that gives a little bit of topspin. The short topspin push is really effective if you have somebody that continually wants to push short. If you play somebody that has a really strong flip, and you give the short topspin one, sometimes that one is fairly easy to flip. I typically use the side spin, and I'll push short anywhere, or sometimes I'll push at a sharp angle off to the wide forehand. The one to the backhand also works, but it's not quite as fast as just a direct deep push like that. So this is the first one, is the short side spin. The next one is the slider. So what you're going to do on this one is you're going to start with your racket slightly on the outside of the ball, and you're going to be pulling across toward the center of the table. If you just simply pull straight across that side spin, if your wrist is a little bit delayed, your wrist is back a little bit, and you play more of this, you're going to get more backspin. And if you accelerate your wrist a little bit earlier, you can actually get topspin on this as well. This one is typically played to the wide backhand or middle, but wide backhand is usually the most effective location. This one you can play off the bounce, but it's a little bit easier, especially when you're learning, to wait and play this one at either the top of the bounce or as the ball is dropping. I would recommend actually starting to practice it as the ball is dropping. That's going to be a little bit easier for you to find the position, and as the ball is slowing down, it's going to stick longer on your racket, giving you a little bit more dwell time. Third one we're going to talk about today is the backhand strawberry. Now, backhand strawberry is a fairly new one. It's been developing in the last 10 or 20 years, but you've seen it more often in the last 5 years. So basically, the serve, if it goes to your short middle, usually short middle, sometimes short forehand, you come over and you just pull across your body. It's a little bit trickier from the wide backhand. I personally feel like it's easier from the middle or even from the forehand side to pull across the ball. Now you're going to use a lot of wrist action. You're going to hit close to the tip, slightly on the leading edge, and pull across the ball. If you simply just go straight across, that's pure side spin. If you have your wrist back a little bit and you pull down a little bit as you're hitting, that's backspin. And then if your tip of your racket goes up a little bit more and you play more of this, that's topspin. Again, if you're a beginner, intermediate player, you got to start with the basics. So just practice against a light backspin serve here, just coming across. Your motion is going to be a little bit circular like this, and just practice coming across and doing it to the wide forehand. As you get more advanced, then you can think, how can I add a little bit of backspin, or how can I go this way and add a little bit of topspin. Fourth and final serve return that we're going to talk about today is really an unusual one. And usually, if I haven't told this serve return to many people, but usually when I do say it, they say, why is that? That's so unnecessary. It is the ability to push topspin serves. Now, a lot of times when somebody serves backspin, what do? You push, and they serve no spin or topspin, what do? You play flip. But you also have to have the ability to push topspin serves. Why? Because then they can't predict as easily what's coming. If every time they serve short no spin or short topspin, you directly flip, that may be playing right into their game. For years, a lot of my students played really fast, quick rallies, so it actually favored them to serve short no spin, short side spin, short topspin, asking you to flip. That way they can play their best game. So for those people that played them and just played flip, it was a disadvantage. For those people that knew how to push short on the topspin serves, it was actually an advantage. So how do you do it? Well, there's two versions. The first one is going to be the easier version, and the second one is a little bit more challenging. So instead of just chopping straight down, the first one that I want to show you is actually going to the side. It's similar to the first one that I showed you earlier today. You're just coming here and going to the side. You're imparting backspin, but by going to the side, you're dispersing the energy, so it's a little bit easier to push short. Second version, this one's more difficult, is you're just coming here and chopping straight down on the ball. This one potentially can go really, really, really short and can potentially have a lot of spin, because as the ball's coming over with topspin, if you get the timing right and cut it, sometimes you're able to accelerate that ball even more. So this one sometimes is very, very heavy, but the reason I do this one less is because it's hard to control the height. If you misread the spin or you don't catch the timing just right, oftentimes the straight down one ends in a pop-up. What I want to do on this serve return, I want to give variation. They're expecting me to flip, so just by going here and doing that move, it does throw them off. Do I have to do it all the time? No. But against somebody maybe that's a little bit better than you, or somebody that their sequences are stronger than you, or you don't feel comfortable with, instead of flipping, one of the ways to break them is to be able to do something different that they're not used to. So give it a try. When can you practice it? Well, you can practice it anytime, but I personally feel like the easiest time to practice is with the Power Pong robot. So set up your robot for any of these serves and just get repetition again and again and again. For that short topspin serve that we just demonstrated here, you would put it for trajectory 30, you'd put it for speed 7, spin plus 2, and then just drag the ball to this location. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. I'll see you soon.